Hello my lovely friends. I thought I'd hop on today an impromptu video. I've got all my camera equipment sort of set up here because I was going to be having a recorded chat with someone today, but they're not very well, so so I thought I'd use this time to make a video that I can pop out for you guys. So I'm just making this one up as I go along, really, just speaking my thoughts and talking about what's going on. I'm having a really rubbish day today, if I'm honest. My lovely little happiness cat, my space cat Max, he's very old, he's 18, he's doing really well. I keep emotion coding and body coding him anytime he has a problem, and then he gets better, and you know, I think he's probably about 100 in cat years and he's adorable. But he went out yesterday and he hasn't come back, so he's been out all night, hasn't come back yet. So I'm wistfully looking out my window here, hoping to hear his little meow and see his little face. So it's one of those days where I'm feeling worried. I'm feeling like my brain's catastrophizing things, and I know with law of attraction that really I don't really want to be focusing on those catastrophe stories, but when you're in that feeling of catastrophe, it's pretty difficult to not focus on those stories. And I've got stuff to do today. I have client sessions to run today. I have errands to run today. I have things that I have to do. But actually, how I'm feeling, my instinct is, do you know what? I just want to go to bed and go to sleep and just feel a bit better while I sleep, to be honest with you. But I can't do that. I've got stuff going on. And a theme that I've been getting lately, I get these like themes that come in. So I'm an energy intuitive, and so I believe that I have a crew, I have like a spiritual team that works alongside me. I believe that we're all plugged into this kind of collective consciousness energy that we can all tap into. I've really chosen to tap into it a lot, so maybe I glean more from that. But so I get these themes come through at different times, and I've really been feeling the theme lately of I call it in spite of. Doing things in spite of. So I've been using this with my clients who are not very well health wise, I've got health issues. This is a great one that you can use, doing things in spite of. So it's about making peace with where you are and what you're dealing with. So I know what I'm dealing with today. If you have a health issue, making peace with where you are, you know, this is difficult, this is what's going on, it's not comfortable, I don't feel happy about it, but this is where I am right now and what I'm dealing with. And it is tempting to just like give up and stop doing everything that needs to be done and go and crawl under a rock somewhere, you know, but that's not going to make you feel better, or maybe it will temporarily if you have a little sleep. But what's more helpful and helps you to feel better about yourself really is knowing that undesirable stuff is going on, but doing stuff that you need to do or want to do in spite of that. So today I'm going to work with my clients in spite of how I'm feeling about my cat. I will have to put that in a box and leave it outside the door for the day. I'm going to carry on my errands and do my shopping in spite of how I'm feeling today. So I'm honouring how I'm feeling, but I'm going to do my day anyway. I'm not going to go and crawl into bed with a cup of tea and watch old movies. And so whatever you're dealing with, you know, when you are dealing with a health issue, step one is make peace with where you are. Realise that this is where I am. You know, the reality of this is where I am. And this is what's going on right now. It doesn't mean this is where you're always going to be. You know, my little cat will probably rock up this afternoon hungry. He's probably following a girl around. Even though he's 18, he's a pretty gorgeous little gentleman of a cat, and he'll probably turn up having followed a girl around somewhere and eat 3 bowls of food and then have a little nap. So it's knowing, in spite of, is I'm doing this stuff in spite of how I'm feeling, in spite of this health condition I've got, in spite of this really difficult life situation I'm dealing with, in spite of, I don't know, my relationship falling apart, in spite of my my job situation being difficult. You fill the blank. And doing things in spite of, what that does is number one, it gives you structure, and structure is safety. Boundaries are safety. And if you're going about your day and doing things you've got to do, that's the structure you're functioning within. Whenever anyone is having difficult times emotionally and struggling with their life, or with how they're feeling mentally, their mental well-being, that sort of thing, one of the most important things to do is to put a structure in place. You get up a certain time, you eat at a certain time, and you do that at certain times throughout the day. That's a really, really a good safety structure, because safety is, and a structure gives you predictability, and predictability to your subconscious mind feels very safe. Okay, so that's a really important thing that you can do when you're going through difficult stuff. But this, in spite of it, also I feel better about myself, that I'm going to do my day, that I'm going to do the responsible thing, that I'm going to be courageous, really. Yeah, I'm gonna get through my day today, and I'm gonna do the things that I need to do. And then that means that at the end of the day, I'll think, do you know what? I got through today in spite of what's going on in my life and how I'm feeling, and I did this, this and this, and I will feel a sense of achievement, and I'll feel a sense of self-worth, and I will feel better than if I just go and curl up in a ball and close in on myself. Because when you do that, yes, you need to do that sometimes, you really do. It's very important that you don't keep sort of fighting through stuff. If your body is telling you, or your mind is telling you, you need to go and just crash for a while. So it is, it's about knowing the difference in that. But I know myself well enough. I've experienced burnout in the past, where I rode through stuff when I shouldn't have done, and so I know myself. I know my limits now, and it's good for you to know that as well. So I know that I'll get to the end of the day, I will have that sense of feeling good about myself, in spite of what's going on. So the key thing, whatever's going on in your life at the moment, in difficult challenges, health issues, life situations, that sort of thing, that you find a way to make peace with what's going on. And this is called radical acceptance. It's going, this is going on right now, but I'm gonna do my day in spite of that. And hopefully at the end of the day, when you work out, right, I did this, this and this, that's actually a little bright spark in a difficult time, because you've done some good things and you've moved your day forward, and you've moved your life forward in that day. Okay, I hope that my ramblings, my impromptu ramblings in this today, have helped you in some way. I'm going to head out into the sunshine now and do the rounds, and just and see if I can find little Max the space cat, and fingers crossed, hopefully I'll be able to. Right, I'll speak to you soon. Take care.